Hey guys, package video here with a couple of interesting things actually. And this one here that's not that's not wrapped up. This is the Saboteur for the Xbox 360. I picked this up from a guy at work who was selling it for like a tenner. He ended up going down to £8, which I thought was a bargain. I've played this before, and if you don't know what it is, it's basically an open world, really stylized third person open world game based in World War II. And the visuals are really fantastic. Basically, as you, liberate the city, it goes from black and white to being in colour when it's liberated, and no longer under the Nazi regime, which is really sort of interesting and an amazing, just aesthetic touch there. But beyond that, it's somewhat of a broken open world game, unfortunately. It's got building traversal, a la Infamous or Assassin's Creed, that kind of thing. But despite the fact that this actually only came out last year, the traversal really does look quite dated. And it's unfortunate, it really is. This game tries so hard to be a quality title that you're going to remember. And maybe it doesn't achieve it, but there's definitely... I have a fondness for this from the time I rented it before. I didn't complete it, just sunk in a few hours. And like I say, it's kind of clunky, it's kind of janky, there's stuff wrong with it, but... there's a good open world game in there really is, and there's an amazing sense of style. It falls victim to the same thing as Kane and Lynch 2, really, which is, you're looking at the aesthetics, you're being drawn in, you're thinking, this is amazing. It's so new, it's so refreshing, but then when you get to the gameplay, it's all so familiar, and it's a weird contrast that does tend to put you off. Like I say, they picked up £8, came with the manual, and obviously the disc. That's an important thing when buying games. You might want to make sure you got this little fella. But the manual's in good shape. The guy claims he sunk 71 hours into this, which, to be honest, I can believe, because not everyone's an insane maniac like me who buys thousands of games. Some people buy one and they play the absolute hell out of it, and God bless them for doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, one of the reasons I didn't go crazy with this when I rented it is because I just played Assassin's Creed 2 at the time, and like I say, the building traversal was just so much better in that this felt completely dated, which is just unfortunate. Another reason I bought it is because it's actually the last game from Pandemic. It's the very last one. Prior to this, they put out Mercenaries and Mercenaries 2, and I don't know a lot of their back catalogue. But it was Mercenaries 2, I think, that pretty much killed them. This game came out when they were already dead. It's not like the development of this game killed them. As this was coming out, it was announced that the company was finished, and it is a shame. I think they were dissolved by EA. They probably took some members and put them into other studios, as EA often do, and that was the end of that. So yeah, that's the Saboteur, and I'm gonna give that a blast. I may pop up a review if I enjoy it. We'll see. I'm really hoping that I can get into it a bit more this time, but like I said, the visuals are what drew me in to begin with. And here we've got 3 packages, all but one in fact from eBay. I'm going to show you this one first, because it's from our good friends. Before we show you my address, it's from our good friends shop2.net. Now today is Thursday the 2nd of September 2010, and tomorrow a certain game comes out for the Wii. It's a big release, and of course Shop2 being Shop2, always shipping it the day before, like they shouldn't, but yeah, don't hear me complaining. They decided to send it to me early, and that game is Metroid Other M. If you don't know what this is, then god damn it, there's a thing called the internet. You should probably familiarise yourself with it. But appreciating everyone's got the time. So this is it's a new Metroid game for the Wii. Evidently, it's developed by Team Ninja, who previously brought you the Ninja Gaiden games and those really awful, twisted internet porn volleyball games, whatever the hell you want to call those. But this one's really unique. What they've done is, it plays like the old Metroid games, the 2D ones, but at the same time it has first-person shooting sections as well, much like Metroid Prime. But the thing that's gathered all the attention on this is the fact that it has a sort of in-depth story, and some people are happy with that, some people aren't. I think most people aren't. Basically, Samus now has a voice and a personality. The issue some people are taking with it is that Samus seems quite, I guess we say, emotional and distant and feminine, basically, because when you played the NES game, whatever age you were, for all you knew it was a guy anyway. And when you get to the end of the game, it's only when she reveals that she's takes her suit off and reveals she's a woman that you know that. You learn that for the first time. So effectively, you do associate her with masculine traits, and yeah, Team Ninja went the other way with this, which I think is a pretty ballsy move. I don't have an issue with it. What I've seen of it, her voice acting is feminine. You know, what a surprise! She is female, and it makes sense. She sounds distant and isolated, which she's supposed to be in 90% of the Metroid games. You're on your own throughout the whole thing. She's a bounty hunter going through space, endlessly killing. So I think that'll probably mess with you a little bit. But like I say, gameplay-wise, this really appears to be quite innovative and interesting looking, as you'll see from the footage on the screen. And I just can't wait to tuck into it. It should be absolutely brilliant. Review forthcoming, most definitely, of this. I've got to say though, the artwork kind of makes it look like a budget game, which is kind of strange. But yeah, that's the new Metroid game, so definitely one to look out for if you're Team Metroid. Okay, so this game here is falling out of the bag. It's very slowly. This game here is Maximo, Ghost to Glory for the PS2. I didn't know it was subtitled Ghost to Glory. I think this is the first Maximo game that came out. A lot of people will tell you this is a spiritual follow-up to the Ghouls and Ghosts, Ghosts and Ghouls, Ghouls and Goblins, Goblins and Ghosts games, and there are many thousands of that. It was an American blockbuster. Yeah, I owned the PAL version of this already. Bastards. But I wanted the 60Hz one, so I picked this up. The manual's a little bit roughed up actually, and it's annoying they've written that on there. A way to get rid of that, for like a little tip by the way, is if you've got a sticker, like the kind you get on a game that says $34.99, and you just gently place it on there and peel it back up, the adhesive will actually take away the ink but leave the manual face alone, which is really good. You can do it on discs as well. It's kind of a quick fix, so I'll give that a shot later on. But yeah, like I say, basically a third-person action adventure for the PS2, quite early in the life cycle, I believe, so the graphics aren't crazy. It's 2002, but yeah, again, it's one I didn't get the chance to get into, and I'm hoping to now, because I've got the 60Hz mode, and as you know, I'm crazy for 60Hz. Footage again on the screen. If you like the look of this, I now have obviously a spare PAL version up for grabs. I don't expect much for it, so if you really like the look of it and you want it, then maybe we can arrange a trade or something along those lines.
Dan W. 5, 4, 7.